But so the Pentagon's latest report on UAPs has revealed hundreds of new reports on these unidentified and unexplained aerial phenomena, but no indications suggesting that they're of extraterrestrial origin. The review includes hundreds of cases of misidentified balloons, birds, satellites, as well as some that defy easy explanation, such as near miss between a commercial airliner and a mysterious object off the coast of New York. While it isn't likely to settle any debates over the existence of alien life, the report reflects heightened public interest. Let's see. Interest in the topic of government's efforts to provide some answers. The publication comes a day after the House lawmakers called for greater government transparency during a hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena. Let's see. So, journalist Michael Schellenberger tells members of the House of Representatives that there's an orb that was joined by another orb. It comes briefly into the frame. Let's see. So, yeah, so basically, that is getting the details. So, summary is that the United States Congress was, and I was getting on YouTube, just, and I saw this live stream of something going on, like, Congressional. I was like, oh, and it is dealing with UFO UAP stuff. I'm like, what? And of course, I'm interested. And so it might still be live streaming it. It was just on a loop, so I think this happened within the last 3 or 4 days. But Congress was holding a hearing on these unidentified anomalous phenomena. This is the second such hearing, because I remember there was one last year, following increased public interest and a recent Pentagon report on UAPs. This hearing aims to provide more transparency and discuss potential explanations for these unidentified phenomena. The report highlights hundreds of cases involving misidentified objects, so they're still trying to say that they're just misidentified objects like balloons, birds, satellites, but some remain unexplained. See, like one such incident is that near miss between some commercial airliner and some mysterious object off the coast of New York. This hearing, this is literally, I think it's still streaming the loop of it on YouTube. And so I was checking it out, and I was like, I remember last year, whenever there was a hearing, and I feel like that was one of the first moments that really legitimized people that are believers, but I feel like as far as the records, as far as looking back in history, a moment in time where the government, something occurred where, the government actually, so people have always, I feel like, believed what they're going to believe, and I'm sure there's some people on the fence, maybe this makes them believers, but the government it's instead of just a person being out there saying, I saw a UFO, it's like, oh, the government's having to acknowledge, like, okay, a lot of people saw these, in whatever, if it's a UAP UFO, they're still acting like, they don't know, and I know the details of that hearing that you could watch. They talk about a lot of interesting things like foreign biologics, and some asking questions about, you just really need to check it out, because it really gets
in that video you're talking about.
Yeah, in the Congressional hearing. Let's see. Now just see if it's still streaming it, because why not? Because it was literally kept going. But there's one question is asked about this program called Immaculate Constellation, which we'll get right back to that. Which apparently, if you're thinking of like Project Green Book or thinking of secret government programs, that this is the name of one. But let's see. Because this thing was just showing up. Here we go, yeah. So, because it's on my main feed, so it's still streaming, so you're not going to be able to hear it. But, yeah, so you can get on YouTube now, and it's still looping it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I say if you're going to bed, you should listen to it, because they do a great job. Like, I guess I don't even really know the structure if these are different state representatives or Congress people, but there's four witnesses, basically, these four guys, and I guess this guy here I'm pointing to is he's one who like said that he can only, whenever he's answering questions, I guess he used to be part of a government agency, that he's like, I literally signed a document that I can't say anything more than what I've said. Because there's talking about crash retrieval. There's some specific questions about downed object and crash retrieval programs. And it gets really in depth. And Elizondo, this guy, Mr. Elizondo. And it's cool because one of the, I guess, Congress people, whoever it is, asked him, so he literally just says, "So what was the setting and room like whenever you signed this document, and who was even there? Like, what part of the government even asked you to sign this document?"
Yeah.
Which I thought was just cool. He's literally asking, like, what was the setting? Like, what, was there a bunch of people in the room? Were you by yourself and the guy? And he's like, what part of the government? And he's like, it was just, just me and one other person, and it was some, Department of Defense in some kind of ambiguous, because that's all he could say. But it was cool that just to hear that question asked. And this one woman's asking, just please help actually give your definitions of what UAP are, what they could like. There's some really broad questions that are asked that were great for general, just even us people to be like, okay, they see these terms, and these are people that are testifying about what they've seen or witnessed, and just hearing their answers.
So
I'll stop there and kind of let you go for a second.
no, I just I had the realization, and I had sent this to you, I think, on our Instagram or whatever. But that guy, go back to that guy talking.
Yeah, Elizondo.
Was his name Lou Elizondo or
Yeah, so he's the
Louis Elizondo?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, he's actually going to be in Dallas, November 20th. You can buy tickets to go see him apparently, and
I
he's
know
going
you
to
wrote
be
a
talking
book
about
where he said as
former
much
head
as
of the
he could.
Pentagon UFO investigation for a discussion.